Hello, hello, hello. Hey, you guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. I am. I'm just going to make sure my phone is off so I don't have any interruptions. All right. So, today is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. No, don't get me to singing. But today is Wednesday, Community Conversations. I am so blessed to come before you guys tonight, like for real, blessed. Because y'all know somebody didn't make it till today. Somebody didn't make it till today. I've seen a few of my Facebook friends that actually lost someone recently, and so I am blessed to be here before you guys today. Yes, so blessed, so excited, and just I'm not gonna say I'm feeling awesome today, but I will say that I'm always asking God to use me, as his vessel in any way that he would like. And so tonight I am, I'm just coming to encourage you guys. Okay. Cause no one placed any questions or anything within the group. And so tonight is going to be a word of encouragement for you guys. And I feel like I always tell you when I'm saying it to y'all, I'm saying it to myself. So today, I think we all might need a word of encouragement. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Yes, because the times are a-changing. But God is good and God is still on the throne. And so I will not apologize for being a believer. I will not apologize for my faith. If you are someone that is within this group and this message or this training or whatever you want to call it falls upon your ears, just know it happened for a reason. And so don't disregard it. And so tonight I just want to, like I said, talk more about mindset. I have a few notes that I want to go over. I even went as far as to write down a few scriptures to encourage you guys and to encourage myself. And so tonight I'm just going to be talking about being anchored in your faith. Being anchored in your faith because the storm is real right now. Yeah, it is. Things are going on with this, the president and all the politics and all the tariffs and the price of items. I was talking to a friend earlier and I was telling them that I went to go get a dragon fruit and they are $6 each right now. $6 each. And I like dragon fruit. But, it is what it is. I thank God for blessing me to be able to. I won't complain over the prices because everything works together for our good. So just understand that. But I will thank God for having the means to be able to still eat my dragon fruit. And so, it is what it is. But, like I said, the storm is real right now, but so is God. God is real, you guys, and just understand that he is still on the throne. He is still real. I know, people are being discouraged. A lot of the calls that I get right now are, what's the changes or what's going on? Is this going to stop? Healthcare will, at this point, maybe 50 years in the future, but healthcare is needed. Anything in the healthcare field, they might be able to make cuts here and there, but it will never go anywhere, you guys, until AI turns into robots and they're taking care of us, okay? So don't be worrying about that right now. Don't let it paralyze you, and don't let it discourage you from moving forward. You have to keep moving. You have to keep moving through life. No matter what happens, you can't get paralyzed and you can't get caught up all in your head, because that's where people, feel like they don't have hope. And some people unlive themselves, as they call it now, and do other things. And so let's not be those type of people. Let's keep moving. Let's keep encouraging one another. Let's keep showing up, because, things are changing. I know the stock market. There's some of us that have 401ks and things like that, where the stock market is tanking. And so that can be discouraging. That can paralyze people into not moving forward in things that they want to do. But you have to find a way. You have to, I'm always advocating for IULs. You guys don't know, index universal life insurance policies. They have a floor to where even if the market drops, you don't lose money. And so I'm always advocating on that. Y'all know I went and got my insurance license in Arizona, and that's what I'm telling everybody, because these are things that the wealthy did that we didn't know about. And now that we know, the more you know, the more you grow, the more you have to keep moving. And so that is another thing. The gas prices are going back up. Instability in housing. There's a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of people that are being evicted. I've been hearing that the foreclosure rate has increased due to, all the changes and people losing their jobs and things like that. There's tension between different countries. There's all kinds of things going on. There's chaos going on in my personal life. There's things trying to take me out. But guess what? You see this? I still continue to smile. I still continue to keep moving, and I use the resources that I have that God has blessed me with, to just keep going, because I'm not a quitter. And I hope you guys aren't either. I'm not a quitter. And so I have to keep pressing forward, and I have to keep getting the message out, because this is my purpose. So you need to find out what your purpose is and continue to move in that purpose. You can't let things around you discourage you and throw you off track. You have to keep moving. I'm always saying that, you guys. And I'm not just saying it to you. I'm saying it to me. You have to keep moving. You really do. Because, man, regardless of what's going on here, regardless of what's going on, just stop watching it. You know what I'm saying? Just stop watching it. Go through and pick your news. But stop watching all the bad and the madness going on and chaos going on in the world. Because it's not going to do anything for you but to discourage you, to paralyze you, to make you feel like you can't keep moving. And that's not what we were created to do. Okay? So I jotted down 1 Peter 4:12, which says, friends, when life gets really difficult, don't jump to the conclusion that God isn't on the job. God is always on the job, even when it don't feel like it. And I be telling myself that when things come up against me, or things upset me, or bad situations happen, you quick to be like, dang, man, why? Then I have to go back and think, God is in control. So with him telling me in his word that everything works together for my good. Even when it don't feel good, I know it's working together for my good. It's like when you go to the gym. It don't feel good. Oh, I'm sick of going to the gym, but now I really gotta go because I'm in perimenopause and they're like, you gotta go, you gotta lift weights, you gotta do this. I don't even videotape. Y'all know I be videoing stuff. I don't even video it because I'm irritated. I gotta go. But I go because I know that it is working together for my good. So that's how you have to think about when situations. That's how you got to think about when things come up against you. When your house inspector gives you a deficiency, or when you're trying to get through the application process and not getting any response. Just keep telling yourself it's all working together for my good. You know, all those hard times I went through the years in order to get my business up and running. You know, it didn't feel good. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I was anchored in my faith. I was anchored. And so I just was like, what? Lord, come on now. And eventually it happened. So when obstacles come up against you, lean more towards saying, what's the lesson in this, God? What is the lesson in this? Or how can I share this with someone else? And I feel like things that I'm going through right now is just lessons and teaching me things so I can show up for you guys when you guys have a question on, oh, what happens when this happens? Or what do you do when this? So I got to go through it. I got to go through it to get to the other side so I can reach back and tell y'all, hey, this is what you do. So I feel like my journey was difficult, and it was a journey. You know, I'm just not one of these people that's just like, oh, I got one group home and I'm a consultant now. You know, no, he took me through a journey. He takes me through these things so I can tell you guys, this is how you handle it. And then you can see someone that you know, people consider successful and say, well, dang, she went through that. I saw a video on her going through that. So this ain't nothing. It's a test. It's a lesson. It's a lesson or a test. And so just remember that in the difficulties of going through the process, or if you're already there and you're dealing with situations within your home, just know, learn the lesson in it, because he's taking you through something to learn something or to teach somebody else something. I'll put it that way. Because I feel like a lot of the stuff I went through was to teach others, you know, and I never, ever, ever had the intention to be a coach or a mentor or any of that. I did not. But God, you guys, you know, that was not my intention. I was not like, ooh, I'm doing all this because one day I'm going to be the group home queen. Nope. Had no idea. I didn't even give myself that name. I had a mentor and he was like, you the group home queen. And the name kind of stuck, and then people kept calling me queen. So I got a trademark. Now I am the group home queen. So you just never know why you're going through something or dealing with something. You just have to understand that it is all working together for your good. Okay? Stop assuming that, you know, oh, God don't like me, or these people don't like me, or all this. Stuff is going on in the background that you don't know nothing about. And it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle what happens to you. You know, it's how you handle it. So I'm always trying to be the example for you guys. Those of you in my mentorship group know things that I'm dealing with right now within my business. And I'm always trying to be mindful because I know what my purpose is and I know what God has told me. And so I always try to be mindful on how I handle things. I always want to be professional. I don't want to be ghetto or crazy. Even though I'm telling y'all, it's a little crazy in me from back in the day. But God has pressed that down, you know, and filled me up with something else. And so I'm always trying to be that woman, that leader, that mentor, that coach, that mom, that aunt, you know, that he wants me to be. Therefore, I'm like, when that crazy come up, I'll be like, no, Satan. I know that's what I used to do. You know, I'm from Killer City, y'all. I know what I used to do, but that ain't me no more. I'm a new creature. All those old things are passed away. Okay? And so that's how I have to flow. And that's how I have to show up for you guys. Y'all don't need no murder rap queen on popping up on the news. So I keep a smile on my face, I keep a positive attitude, and I keep it moving. And that's what you guys need to do. Okay? So I also wrote down James 12, 2 through 4. It says, consider it a sheer gift, friends, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides. You know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. So don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work so you become mature and well developed, not deficient in any way. Woo, man! James 1, 2 through 4. I'm telling you, you guys, that right there, it speaks to me. Because challenges be coming at you from all sides, from my personal life, from my intimate life, my business life, my friendships. Things be coming up against me, y'all, challenges. And just know that under pressure, your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. When you're under pressure, what's in you is gonna come out of you. So what's in you? You know? I was listening to a preacher and he said it was this guy that dressed up like a bush and he was sitting on the side of the street. And when people would walk by, he would jump up, you know, and scare them. And he said multiple people was spouting cuss words like, what? Trying to hit the man, do all kind of stuff. He said, but then it was a few people that walked by and when they scared, they screamed, Jesus or God, you know. So what's in you? What's happening when things come up against you? Are you that type to get angry and lash out? Are you that type to go into a shell and say, you know what, forget this. I don't need no group home. Or, dang, people was telling me I should have listened to them. Are you doing that? Or is what's in you coming out? Are you encouraging yourself? Are you speaking positive things into yourself? Are you continuing to keep moving because endurance and strength is in you? You know, what's in you? Because what's in you, when your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors. What color is it gonna show? What color? So that's something to think about. Don't try to get out of anything prematurely. Let it do its work. You know, there are things that I could have did in my business to jumpstart it. When people was trying to get me to do criminal things, when people were trying to get me to do things that were illegal or not right, there are things I could have did, you guys. I could be sitting right now, sitting real pretty, because I know one of the people that asked me to do something, they walked away with over $100 million. I could have been there. But when your faith life is forced into the open and shows its true colors, what color is it going to show? You know, what's in you? That's not in me. That's not what I was taught, to do things illegal. I was taught to do things the right way, even when it's hard. So I'm just saying, you have to know who you are, and you have to know whose you are too. Yes, it does, Diane. Yes, it does. I didn't look, Mahogany's comment didn't come through. It says something about reply to Mahogany, but it didn't come through. But yeah, I'm just saying, you guys, God is using pressure to reveal your potential. I know that's why I went through all of this, because God knows everything. So he knew I would be the group home queen, I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? He knew. I didn't know when I was going through all that. I didn't know what my story would be in the end. You know, I didn't know that I would overwork myself and be overweight and all these things that I had to go through to get to this point here. But I know he took me through all of that for a reason. And so you just have to know that things and challenges that you are dealing with, it doesn't mean you're defeated. They mean God's developing you. You know, it's like they say, what happens with a diamond? A diamond is under immense pressure, and then it comes out and it's a diamond. And it's worth so much. But it started with what? A block of coal that was put under pressure. And so you just have to know that things that you are dealing with and going through, it's all going to work together for your good. But you got to keep moving. That's the part. Faith without works is dead. So you need to keep working. You know? And so John 16:33, I told y'all I wrote some scriptures down, y'all. I've told you all this so that trusting me, you will be unshakable and assured, deeply at peace. I'm at peace. In this godless world, you will continue to experience difficulties, but take heart. I've conquered the world. You don't have to worry about nothing. God's already conquered the world. Jesus has conquered death. You do not have to worry about anything. Yes, it's going to feel bad when you're going through it. Does it feel bad to me right now? Yes. But I stay encouraged because I know he's already conquered everything. And so I rest in that. And I am deeply at peace. And it's not going to feel good all the time. You know, it's going to tick you off. It's going to piss you off when things come up against you. It's going to piss you off when people don't treat you right. It is. But you just have to know what's in you and let that come out of you. And if you feel like something's rising up, because like I told y'all, I got a past. And I felt that rising up. Like I used to fight. I would cut you, you know? And so I'm just saying, you got to push that down and push it back, because Satan will try to bring, all he knows is your past. He don't know your future. God knows everything. Satan only knows what you've done. So he's always going to try to bring that up in your face. Ooh, look what you used to do. Look what you used to do. You know, so you can see it and then you like, oh, well, that's who I am. No, you don't have to be that. Be the new creature. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to do it. I'm doing it. I'm the new me. Okay? I can't worry about what nobody else is doing. All I can do is know and trust in God that everything is working together for my good, even when it don't feel good. You know, like I said, I'm not going to get into it in this group. My mentees know. But how would you feel if somebody walked up in the bank and walked out with over 6 figures? How would you feel? So it don't feel good. It don't feel good, but it don't stop nothing, because God is still in control. He's still in control. And so let your test become your testimony. Yes, ma'am. Let it become your testimony. And keep moving. Y'all see, I keep saying that because there's so many people caught up in the what ifs. I told y'all I do consultation calls and what if you keep moving? You know, what if you don't get discouraged by another application or a denial from the credentialing office? No, you regroup and you do it again. And you keep doing it till you get it done. Because it will happen. Trust and believe. I touch and agree with everyone connected to me. It will happen if you keep moving. So you've been trying to pray away the fire. These notes. But that's where the refining happens. Sometimes you can't pray away the fire. Sometimes you're going to have to take your shoes off with them crusty feet and you're going to have to walk through that fire. And it ain't going to feel good. Your feet going to get burnt. But guess what? As long as you make it to the other side and don't burn up, then it's all good. You know, your next level is in the pressure. So stop running from it. Stop hiding from it. Stop retreating from it and just go through it. Because if you keep moving, I'm telling y'all, if you keep moving, it will happen. Everybody seems to think that everything was rosy for me. And I tell those of you around me my story. There are things that I had to go through to get to this point in my life. And it was not easy. And it did not feel good. But I kept moving. I kept that vision in front of my face. I continued to speak to myself. Even when people were trying to discourage me, I kept speaking to myself. I didn't have a me, y'all. Y'all got me to talk to. I didn't have a me. I had to be like, Mari, you better, I had to do it. I had God. Yes, my sister was with me, but I had to encourage myself. And so you guys got the upper hand. I told y'all, bad credit, all of that, no money. Some of y'all got money. Some of y'all got decent credit. Some of y'all is way more educated than I was. So what's the problem? Keep moving. That's one thing I always remember. Keep moving. That's it. I say it all the time because I want y'all to do it, Tanya. I just want y'all to hear that. When you sit down and be like, oh, this is so hard, I want y'all to hear me say, keep moving. So that's why I'm always saying that. Because really, that is important. Like movement. What they say, if your body don't move, it's going to end up retracting. It's going to end up, your limbs going to hurt, everything. That's why they tell you, keep moving. So do that in your business. Do that in your life. Because it will keep those juices churning. It will keep things moving. Yeah. I got another one for y'all. Man. John 16:33. Let me see. Did I read that? If I've told you all this so that trusting me, you will be unshakable and assured, deeply at peace in this godless world. You will continue to experience difficulties, but take heart, I've conquered the world. Yeah, I read that one. Oh, this is the one I wanted to read. Philippians 4:6-7. Don't fret or worry. Instead of worrying, pray. I did a story and I said, because people are always talking about buying stuff now, like products. And so I just put prayer over products. Like, you do not need a product for everything. Our parents survived with a toothbrush and a rubber band. You know what I'm saying? And they made things happen like MacGyver. So you do not need a product for everything. Sometimes you just need to pray. Pray and ask God, how do I handle this situation without buying another product? It's just not a lot that you need. I tell people that in their group home business. People will go out and spend ridiculous money. And I have literally furnished somebody's house from all giveaways, covered the furniture, everything for them. And they didn't really have to spend anything. So I'm saying, you don't have to do all of that. You don't need a bunch of products. Sometimes you just need to pray. Lord, I don't want to buy nothing for this group home, but I'm asking that people donate and that somebody furnish this whole house. And you will be surprised how that can happen. So I'm saying, we got the example. I don't know if she's in here, but Tahara. I told Tahara, tell people your what's going on. Tell them what you're doing. She went out to OfferUp to buy a living room set from somebody. And she showed up at the house. The woman was talking to her. She said, yeah, I'm opening up a group home. I used to be a troubled kid, and now I'm going to house troubled kids, blah, blah, blah. She told her story. The woman said, you know what? I got some more furniture. I think she had a dining room set or something. She went and showed her. She ended up giving her a TV. She almost got a full house of furniture. And when she was walking out the door, the woman handed her the money back and said, no, I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing. So don't tell me that God can't do it. Don't tell me that God can't do that. That girl got almost a house full of furniture for nothing. So you don't know how God's going to work. You just let him work and stop always trying to fix things. I'm talking to myself, y'all. Stop trying to fix things, because sometimes God wants the glory. And every time I get a chance to tell that story for her, I do it. Because she came back to me and she said, Mari, what you said was true. No, that was God. That was God, you know? And so, yeah, sometimes we just need to pray. Get in the habit of praying. The Bible says pray without ceasing. So you should be praying all day long. You know, prayer over products. But yeah, instead of worrying, pray. Let petitions and praises shape your worries into prayers, letting God know your concerns. Let him know. Before you know it, a sense of God's wholeness, everything coming together for good, will come and settle you down. Even if the situation ain't good yet, God can show you what he gave us. He gave us the Holy Spirit to comfort us. Okay? So even when things ain't perfect, God will give you that peace to feel like it is. And it's like people in my family know what I'm dealing with. And they like, man, she's still showing up. You know what that does? That encourages somebody else. That encourages the younger people. Because they like, you know, my niece was like, Amari, I don't know how you dealing with all of this. But God, you know, it's God. And so I lean not to my own understanding. And I know through prayer, through supplication, through all of that, I know that it's all going to work out for my good. And so that's why I come and encourage you guys. So when you are dealing with something in your personal, professional, business, whatever life, that you know it's gonna work out one way or the other. I always tell my kids that. I've told them that since they were little kids. They be like, we know, Mama, it's gonna work out one way or the other. Yup. And any way it works out, it's for your good. And it may not feel good, may not look good. You might lose somebody, whatever it is. It's still working together for your good. Because maybe you didn't need that person. So you got to think of it that way. Worry about it or pray about it, but you can't do both. That's right. And I suggest praying. Pray, 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 Diane says. Yes, I'm saying, because it works. It works. Don't become so self-adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Man, that right there, Romans 12:2, that was for me. Because there's so many times I could have just fell into my culture and what people around me were doing. But nope, God changed me from the inside out. So if I'm professing to be a new person, I can't do what I used to do. You can't do what you used to do, you know? We can't do what we used to do. Man, so you're not crazy. You're under attack. And you just have to know that the enemy only attacks what's valuable. If you wasn't valuable, if you wasn't worth anything, if you wasn't a child of God, he wouldn't care. He would leave you alone. So I know. Yep. I know I'm valuable. I'm very valuable. You know, so if he trying to come for me, but yeah. So now we're going to talk about how to get unstuck. How to get unstuck. These are things that I'm doing in my life and things that I want you guys to think about. Do you need to do? Okay. Limit the chaos you consume. I used to watch the news right before I went to bed. So I would go to, I would go on and watch the news, and then I would go to sleep with all those things off the news in my mind. I had to stop doing that. I had to stop doing that because it was making me go to sleep under the wrong mindset, which was making me wake up under the wrong mindset. And so I don't want those to be my thoughts. I want my thoughts to be on positive things. Yes. So turn off that negative news. Turn it off. You know, if you want to watch highlights or something like that, it's negative, y'all. It is. Start your day with the word, not the world. Start your day with the word. If it's one scripture, if it's, you know, my thing is, I'm a part of a prayer group on Facebook, and they send out a prayer every morning. I do my own prayer, but then some mornings I read their prayer. Come up with your routine. One of the churches that I visited, they text me one scripture every morning. Even if it's just reading that one scripture, find a way for you to have positive thoughts or have something in the morning that's not starting your day off with negativity or starting your day off right on social media. Take that time. Come up with a routine. I have a morning routine I do every morning. And so find a routine for yourself that you do. It don't have to be what I do, but find something to start your day off on a positive note. I got to the point too where I cut my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want anyone to awaken me like in a panic. So I had to do that for my mental health, you know, and so you have to figure out what's right for you. Adjust your budget. Some people got to do that because prices are changing, things are going up. You may have to adjust your budget. And that means write it down. I got quiet because I was talking to somebody and I was like, write it down. Start out by writing what you spend money on if you don't know how to budget. And then write your budget based on that. Y'all know I told y'all Dave Ramsey. I did Dave Ramsey years ago. I continue to do things that Dave Ramsey said. That might not be your cup of tea. You might like Suze Orman, or you might like one of these young people out here that's doing budgeting. Whatever it is, figure it out because you have to keep moving. So you don't want to get stuck. Oh, prices are going up. Oh, I don't have enough money. You tweak your budget because God provisions don't run dry. And so it just may take you adjusting. You may not be able to live and do everything that you want to do. So just tweak it so you can do some of the things you want to do. Tweak it so you can get your group home up and running. You know, sometimes it takes an adjustment. There's things that I've wanted that I sacrificed for because that's what I wanted. And so you have to do the same. Come up with a budget, see what you can tweak. It may give you peace of mind. And then serve your way. People don't think about that. I always feel good when I do things for other people. Y'all know I always say, be a blessing to someone else. You know why? Because in order for me to be a blessing, I have to be blessed. So I'm always saying, be a blessing to someone else. I'm always telling myself, I want to be a blessing to someone else. Because when you are a blessing, you are blessed. And so I'm speaking that into my life constantly. And I want the same for you guys. And so you may need to serve. Volunteer at a nonprofit, or go to church and tell them they might need volunteers or whatever it is. Serve. Because it does. Helping other people helps you to feel better. It does that for me. And I'm just going to say it's going to do that for you. You know, one thing that we came up with is a scholarship. Me and Krista. I left it up to Krista though, but we have a scholarship plan now for our mentees, because I'm like, I want to find ways to kind of give back to help people deal with what they're dealing with. And so that is one of the things that we established. And I gave Krista, I empowered her as my assistant to make decisions on different people, to offer like a partial scholarship. So that's my way of serving, of giving back. And so even if you're down to your last nerve and last $10, you can still show up for somebody, okay? You can still show up. God does his best work with not enough. Don't y'all know that? Remember that woman that gave her last? She gave her last, and what did God say? She's better than all of y'all rich folk, because she gave her last, and he blessed her. And so just know that if you continually walk in the state of mind of being a blessing, my Bible says you reap what you sow. So if you sowing blessings, guess what? You gonna reap them. So don't panic. Okay? This is Isaiah 41:10. Don't panic. I'm with you. There's no need to fear, for I'm your God. I'll give you strength. I'll help you. I'll hold you steady. Keep a firm grip on you. Y'all know I'm reading y'all scriptures that's been helping me through my hard times. So I can't panic because I know God is with me. You know? So affirmations and declarations that you can say. I am not shaken. I am not alone, because you're not alone. I am not done, even when it feels like you are. I am anchored in God, and I am rising above the noise, because there's a lot of people out here making noise, but are you making an impact? That's the thing. Are you making an impact? Are you making an impact on yourself? Are you making an impact on the people around you? Forget the noise. I want to make an impact. Okay? Shoot. Man. So yeah, I hope this gave y'all some type of restoration, or I think this one was for me. I think this one was for me. Going through my devotion and everything, I'm like, Lord, yeah, this one was for me. But like I said, show up. I still had to show up for y'all. You get what I'm saying? So even if I'm speaking this out over you guys and it's for me, guess what? One of y'all might get blessed too. So yeah. I didn't see any questions came through. I just saw people. I just saw some encouragement. And so, yeah, guys, I just know that it's all good. It's all good. It's all working together for my good. Let me go over my church announcements now. Don't forget VIP Day. VIP Day. We almost have everybody locked in. It is May 1st. So you can do it with accommodations, which is an Airbnb that we have. Or you can do it without accommodations, and you can get your own room. Or if you're here in Arizona, you can stay with somebody if you know somebody. So yeah. So it is May 1st. It's going to be an all-day thing, and we'll probably do lunch, and we'll probably do dinner, a fancy schmancy dinner. And so we're going to have a good time. Esther's coming to town, so she'll be here also. And my team, of course, will be showing up for us. So we are going to strategize so you guys can have strong group homes, those of you who are coming, and we are going to have a good time fellowshipping with one another. I'm using church words, y'all, because I took y'all to church today. I'm going to have to keep coming back to this one. I am blessed hearing you and blessed to receive it. Well, thank you. Thank you. You are strong. You are amazing and very, I love you guys. See, that's why I have to keep showing up so y'all can encourage me. So yeah, I had a good time today. I did. I honestly do believe this word was for me, but I'm glad I was able to share it with you. If you hear it and it resonates with you, or if you watch the replay, don't forget #replay. But also, too, put in the comments. If you're dealing with something and you want me to touch and agree with you, you can also, put it in the comments. But I had a good time tonight. I appreciate you, those of you that showed up. It's always encouraging. It does always make me feel great. And so I'm just going to keep moving. That's all I'm going to keep doing. Keep putting this smile on my face. Somebody was like, why you smile so much? If y'all knew how much I paid for this smile, y'all would know why I smile so much. But I'm just going to keep smiling, and I'm going to keep moving, and I'm going to keep encouraging y'all, and y'all continue to keep encouraging me. All right, you guys? Well, y'all know I love y'all, MH Gang. MH Gang for life. You guys have a great evening. I think they're playing something on YouTube. So if you're just watching stuff, jump over to YouTube, check it out. If you haven't booked your VIP day and you're planning on coming, you better book it quick. And that's it, you guys. Y'all have a blessed evening. As I always say, be a blessing to someone else. Good night. Thank you for the pink hearts.